Hi, and thank you for allowing us to send you this video. My name is Alex, and I'm going to be showing you a few tips on how by improving your website you can get more exposure on Google, outrank your competition, and of course get more clients. So first things first, have your website over here, and the first thing that I have to recommend is to add more relevant content. When I mention content, I'm not just talking about the images, the icons. I'm talking more about the text that your website has. Why is that so important? Because when Google analyzes new websites, they read the content that your website is providing. So in this case, if you have relevant content about HVAC and services in the related areas that you want to cover, they're going to notice that. Now, if you include keywords in that content, even better, because then, for example, if you include HVAC, let's say Orange County, New York, for example, then Google will know that you are providing HVAC services in that area. Now, you got to keep in mind that the more content, the better. So it's not just about adding those keywords all over the website and hoping that you're going to be ranking for that. No, unfortunately, that doesn't work like that. And Google is very smart, so they read everything that you have on your website, and if it's relevant, if it's original, then you have good chances to start ranking. Now, the concept of adding relevant content goes especially on the homepage, but for the sub pages as well. I see that you have here boilers, water heaters, air conditioning. So let's take a look and see what you have on air conditioning here. See, you have a little content here, but if it's not relevant, if it's not optimized for Google to find this and actually give you the credit for and start appearing on the searches, you gotta make sure that it has to be well placed, if that makes sense. And I'll show you why is that so important. I use this tool here. It's called Ahrefs, and I can see what keywords are being picked from your website that Google is picking, and we can see also backlinks. Now, what are backlinks? Backlinks are other sites that I mentioned in your website, and this will give you power so you can be found on Google. This goes hand in hand with the content that you have. So think about like a popularity contest. The more people you get to talk about you in a positive way, the more relevant you're going to become, the more relevant you're going to stay. Same concept applies here with backlinks. The difference is that not all links are created equal. So you can have hundreds and thousands and dozens of backlinks, but if they're not powerful, if they're not relevant, and most important, if they're not targeting the keywords that you need to be found for or you want to be found for, you're not going to see the result that you might want. And also, if they're, like I said, if they're not relevant, this rating is not going to go up. And this is a very important thing that if this keeps going up, the more relevant you're going to stay. So, going back to keywords, let's see what keywords are you being found for really quick. And Absolute HVAC, that's your branding name, you're ranking for that. But let's try to find something more relevant. For example, here, quality air, Monroe, New York. There's only 10 searches a month, and you're almost on the third page, so you don't have any traffic going here. Um, Monroe HVAC repair. Um, I think Monroe is a little bit not too specific for New York in this case. So there's 40 searches a month, and you're on the fourth page, and you keep losing the spot. But again, you're not seeing the results from that on your end. What else? For example, these are plumbers in Rockland County, New York. This is something very specific, and you might want to consider this because there's 70 searches a month, and because you're almost on the sixth page, you're not getting anything. It seems that you're not even climbing that much. So you see what I'm going with here. NY HVAC services, 90 searches a month. You're almost on the seventh page, so nothing really going here. So you're not ranking for anything of this. Now, I went on Google and I type HVAC Middletown, New York, because I know Middletown is maybe closer to your um, service area. And this is a really high volume keyword. So for this, when we do this search, the first thing you'll notice this is sponsored by Google. You pay to be here. Then you have your traditional Google Ads. This is when you pay every time somebody clicks on it, and it can be really tricky if you want to go this route as marketing strategy, because if you don't know what you're doing, you can end up investing a lot of money and not really seeing the results that you want, not getting those potential clients that you want. So very important to understand that just a little bit like that I'm telling you. Then you have the map section, and this is based on your location. Well, how this works, Google searches, Google will know, Google will take you in consideration to put you up here. If you are a local, so for example, if your physical location is actually Middletown, you can appear here. But also, if your profile is optimized, if you have images optimized, if you have content optimized, if you have reviews and you interact with those reviews, if you reply to those reviews, if somebody calls using the feature over here when it says call, if you answer those calls, if you answer messages or call requests, those kind of things, Google loves to see that interaction and will help you. And that will help you to start ranking in the map section if your physical address, physical location is actually Middletown or even nearby. But take take in consideration that Google only will go for the ones that are actually local, depending on the area that the search is being for. So moving on, then we have the organic results, and on the first position we got Yelp, which is a directory, no big deal. But then we have these guys, larsonsheating.com on number 2. Let's see why they're ranking number 2. What would you need to start competing with these guys? So I pull out the website, and you can see they have content here. But that's it. That's not too much. So whatever the little content that they have, it's probably the links that they have that is helping them to rank number 2. So you can see right here, HVAC services, Middletown, New York. That right there is a key phrase or a keyword, and surrounded by all this text over here is actually helping them. That means that this is really good news for you, because if you triple or quadruple the content that they have, for at least this specific keyword, you will have good chances to start competing with these guys. Let's take a look and see how many. You can see that they have over here 143 keywords is being picked from their website, and they have over 1,600 backlinks. And you can see that for the amount of links, their rating is pretty low. That means that probably not all these links are really good quality, and that's another thing that can play in your favor. So let's take a look and see the keywords that they're being found for. And there you go. HVAC, Middletown, New York, 50 searches a month. And this is not updated, but they're ranking number 2. They're getting 4 visits a month on that. You can see that they're targeting another keyword, which is a little bit different with a comma, another 50 searches, because they're ranking number 2. They're getting 7 visits to their website. So you can add up this almost 11, 12 visits to their website just on those 2 keywords. Plumbers, Middletown, New York, there's 200 searches a month. You can target that as well. And because they're ranking on the second page, they're only getting 1 visit. So to the point that I want to get really quick, 70% of the people that do a Google search, they only go for the top 3 of the map section, the top 3 over here. That means that they don't scroll all the way down to the end of the page, maybe even go to the second or third page and so on. So that means that the chance for you to get a little bit of that traffic into your website to get those potential clients are really, really high if you're ranking at least in the first page and keep moving your way up. So very important to understand that content is very crucial, and to give them power, you'll need good quality links that are targeting those keywords, specifically the ones that you want to be found for. Other than that, I don't want to take too much of the time. I really hope you find this information useful. If you have any questions, please let us know. Once again, my name is Alex, and thank you for your time.